Hi everybody, and welcome to my third and final video on learning the basics on PUBG before the official release of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds on PlayStation 4. Now obviously I'm recording these videos on my Xbox One. I don't have any early access to PUBG on PS4, but I thought they might be handy to give you a leg up, to give you an advantage, or at least a little bit of a taste of what it's like to play PUBG, so that when you dive in you won't be quite as perhaps lost as we all were a year ago when we started with this game. Now, if you've played Call of Duty's Blackout, or you've played Fortnite, or you've played H1Z1, you'll have you'll know what Battle Royale is. But for those who haven't, basically Battle Royale is a no respawn game mode, which means that you get one life. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be parachuting onto, at the moment, one of three islands. There's the large sort of Russian island of Erengel. There's the large desert map of Miramar and the small jungle island of Sandhook. And you can control that by, if you go into play, you can press left trigger to go into your playlist and you can choose what you want to do. I think what we'll do, we'll deselect the jungle map and we'll just have the big one, so I can just show you that. And so the plane will take a random route, a straight route across the top of the map somewhere, so north to south, south to north, northeast to southwest, somewhere, or anything to do with that. And we can then choose to jump off at any time on that plane route. And we jump down, we'll fly down, we open our parachutes when we like, or it will force us to open it when we get near the ground, and then we hit the ground, and then we've got to look for guns, we've got to look for armour, we've got to look for attachment for our guns, grenades, medkits, and all that sort of stuff to get equipped. Then after a few minutes a circle will appear, and we have to make our way to that circle, because if we don't, a blue force field, a blue gas comes in, and if you get caught in that gas you'll be damaged. And then a few minutes later another circle appears somewhere randomly within that first circle, and again we have to make our way to there, and the circles get progressively smaller and smaller. The blue gas or the blue force field progressively gets more and more dangerous to survive in. For the first sort of 3 circles you can survive in the blue for quite a long time, but in the last ones you can't, and it gets smaller and smaller and smaller, forcing all the players together until there's only one person left in solos, or one team left in duos or squads. And then if it gets completely to the end, you'll get the final circle. When the circles, it's not very large, the circle will completely disappear, and it'll just be whoever's got the most health left who will survive. Say if you were, say the final circle was on the edge of a cliff, and there was somebody at the top of the cliff and someone at the bottom of the cliff, they couldn't shoot each other, the final circle would disappear, and they would both start taking damage, and it's who would have the most meds. Now that very rarely happens in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Happens quite a lot in Call of Duty's Blackout, but not that much in PUBG, so you don't have to really worry about it that much. Now, PUBG is a much more slower, and some would say tactical and strategic game than Blackout or Fortnite or H1Z1. And the maps are much bigger. The gunplay is much harder, because there's no aim assist in this game. So what I thought I'd do is I'll record this video and I'll talk over what I'm doing on a solo gameplay to kind of give you an idea of what will help you survive your first few drops. Now, the tactic we're going to be using in this match is we're going to be doing something called the D23E strategy, which stands for drive to the third circle and then play the edge. Now, I'm saying that now, it depends what circles we get when the actual maps appear. But in essence, what's going to happen is we're going to jump far away from the plane. We're going to probably land on a road. And depending on which map we get, whether it's be Miramar or Erengel, we're going to find a vehicle, drive even further away from the plane, find somewhere nice to loot, get looted up, and then head back towards the circle, if we're not in it already, towards the quiet side. So the quiet side is the side of the circle that's furthest away from where the plane goes. Now, if you're used to Call of Duty Blackout, you'll know in that particular game, because the map's not that big and you can fly so far from the plane, there's people everywhere. But for example, so we've got Miramar, we've got the desert map, so we have a look. Now this map is absolutely huge. Honestly, it's massive. It's probably, I reckon, the Blackout map would probably fit in one corner, say probably there, of this map. This is an absolutely huge map. As I say, Erangel is slightly smaller, Sanhok is a lot smaller. So looking at this flight path, which starts there and goes up to there, my thoughts are probably I could jump early and look for a vehicle on this road and then head up this way, or I could jump along this road and head to Monte Nuevo or El Pozo. Now with any Battle Royale game, generally places that are near the flight path will be very busy, they'll be very hot and you'll bump into lots of people. On Miramar, for example, Picado is always very hot, Hacienda La Patron is always very hot, Campo Militar can be hot, and obviously with this flight path, Bendita, Minas Generales, Los Llanos, these will all be hot drops. Now this particular strategy we're using, D23E, drive to the third circle and play the edge, is good for getting you into, you know, top 10 situations. What it's not really good at getting you is into lots of fights, because the whole point of this strategy is to not get into fights. However, when you are learning PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, I do recommend that probably every other game you dive in and you do a hot drop. So to Hacienda on Miramar, the school or military base is good on Erangel and Sanhok, any of the military bases, any of the sort of boot camp or Camp Alpha, any of the camps on Sanhok, just to get used to it. Also, we have the training ground, the training mode that you can use, which is very useful for running around and shooting things, to get you used to the feel of the guns and the recoil and stuff like that. And also we have custom modes and the war mode events that will appear. And you'll see them in the menus, and basically what you can do with those events is dive in and just play a respawn version where you can fight and respawn and dive in again. And that can be very good. On the Xbox, those modes aren't that brilliant because it doesn't run that fast. Right, so we're down. Now, you did notice there was a guy landed behind me. So what we really want to do is get a vehicle and get out of here. So we could probably head up to Monte Nuevo. If you press and hold the top right bumper button, you can keep running in the same direction and look up. So look, there's a guy up there who's open to shoot very, very early. He's probably going to Monte Nuevo. Now we could dive down and get that jeep that I'm trying to run to. See if I can get there before him. Now what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to get this jeep, and I think I'm going to go to El Pozo because it's outside the circle. And I'm going to be able to do some very nice, safe looting. As I say, the D23 strategy, the problem with it is that it can be a bit boring and doesn't give you much practice shooting people. So there's that guy there. He's going... I don't know where he's going actually. You see him? He's all the way over there. Strange. Right. I'm going to stop off here first. On Miramar, warehouses are very good for loot. The ump. Very good submachine gun. Now, whenever you pick up a weapon, reload it and make sure it's on fully automatic. Backpack. Smoke grenade. Level 1 helmet. Extended mag for an assault rifle. Red dot, which we'll put on the ump. Sound is the most important skill to master in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Right. Now the VSS, very interesting sniper rifle this one. Or DMR. Fully suppressed. Firing subsonic bullets. these bullets cannot be heard. It's the quietest gun in the game. And it is an exceptional piece of kit. Okay. That sounded to me like that guy has probably gone on to El Pozo. Where'd I park? So, where should we go? Let's stick to our original plan. So things I'm looking for are obviously to be honest, I've got a very nice setup at the moment. I've got an ump, which is a really good submachine gun, and I've got the VSS, which is a really good sniper rifle for playing solos in. I would probably prefer something like an M416 or a Scar. As my short to medium range weapon, because it has more power, more stopping power than the ump. But you know, the ump's good. So, as you can see, if you look in the bottom right corner, we've got the timer. So we've got 30 seconds until the blue starts to come in. But because this map is so huge, it takes the map a long time to come in. Now, with the level 2 backpack. Now, with third person, obviously, what the big advantage to this, if you're playing third person, you can look round corners without exposing yourselves. See that? So it's very important. Now, with my VSS, basically the other attachments I'm looking for is, in fact, I want to take that. See if I come across a... So what I'm picking up here is painkillers. Painkillers are a heal over time. Right, level 2 vest. Another grenade. You can't carry that many grenades, so be careful. It's a heal over time mechanic. So if you've got damage, you take a painkiller and it will slowly heal you. With bandages and first aid kits, you can only get up to 75% health. You've got to use either a full medic pack, which is the one that looks like a suitcase, or your painkillers and energy drinks to heal you over time. Also, the advantage of let's take that as tactical stock just in case I come across a 416. The beauty with if you take an energy drink, or level 2 helmet. Excuse me, I'm trying to concentrate. If you take an energy drink and a painkiller to boost up your boost level, if you like, if you take damage while you're in a gunfight, you'll then slowly start to get healed. Was there another? Right, the blue's starting to come in, so I'm just going to go back towards my vehicle here. We'll do this building and then we'll move on. Just really want some more ammunition. How much ammo have we got? I mean, we've got quite a lot. We've got 160 rounds. It's more than I would ever fire. But it's really meds I want now. Perhaps a cheek pad for my VSS sniper. And we definitely want some sort of mag and some sort of muzzle attachment for my SMG. First aid kit. Bandages heal you very quickly, but only a small amount. First aid kits heal you a lot, but it takes a while. With all the things like when you're taking, when you're drinking energy drinks or taking painkillers, if you move too much while you're doing it, it stops the effect. Just keep checking on that blue. Again, the first blue doesn't really hurt you very much. Extended mag, I've already got one of those on. Compensator for an SMG. Compensators are very nice. Oh, we've got a... Alright, we've got an SMG now. We've got a suppressor for an SMG. So I'm pretty happy with that, so I'm not going to... Here comes somebody. Come on, stop. Excellent. Right, what's he going to do? The blue's coming in. He knows he can't stay there. He's going to be trying getting an angle on me now. There he goes. So what I'm going to do is get an angle on him. Come on, dude, go for your vehicle. Here he goes. Oh, he's running. Right, I'm just going to take a painkiller, look at the map, and we're just going to get out of here, because that guy could be anywhere. He hasn't got that far to go to get safe, so he'll just be waiting for me to ambush me. Ooh. Right, so the idea now is we play the edge now into the first circle. Sorry, second circle this is. Now whenever you're approaching anywhere, just have a look around and see if any doors are open. If any doors are open like that, it means people have been there and you really want to avoid sort of going there. So what we're going to do, we're just going to move out of the way. Just going to come up out of here, out of the way. And you've got to be thinking, where was the flight path? Where would people be? Let's just heal up a little bit with a bandage. Let's take an energy drink. Always looking round. It's a real sniper's... Whoop. Didn't mean to press my horn there. Real sniper's map, Miramar. So let's have a look around over here. These compounds are always dodgy because there's not that many doors to look through. So that door's shut. Right, what we're looking for now to know if anybody has been here is we were looking for guns on the floor that haven't got any ammo near them. Because then you know people have been through here. Now, because I'm so close to the circle, the flight path, I have to assume people are here. Yeah, look, here we go. So we've got an M16 on the floor, no ammo with it. Somebody has been here. They might not be very far away as well, so we need to listen out. Big tip for PUBG: turn up your headset. So when you get into this sort of situation, it's probably an idea. There's somebody's already been here. You know, I've got a first aid kit, I've got bandages, I've got painkillers, I've got energy drinks, I've got more than enough ammo, really. So be very careful about moving around. Now, what was interesting was that house over there. The doors were closed, weren't they? So does that mean somebody was in there? Oh, some more 9mm. I wouldn't say no to that. Vector, nice submachine gun. Only a small capacity though. So the question is, why were doors closed here? Let's have a look. See if we can see. Oh, right, that door's open. Now, look what we've got here. That door has opened inwards. Okay? So the question is, where has the person gone? If the door is open inwards. Now, they could have just run out of it, but they could be upstairs. So when you want to check things out, you use third person to do that sort of move there. Right, they're gone, so that's good. Nothing wrong with us closing the door. Yeah, I'll have that 9mm, thank you. Some more 9mm here. The VSS does chew through 9mm quite fast. Right, so zoom in a little bit. The blue's coming in. As you can see, we're on the edge of the second circle. Well, roughly near the edge of the circle. Where would it be? Now we know we got people behind us because there was a guy shooting at us when we came out of El Pozo. I always like to put a little dot in the centre. Now I will say, as part of this guide, I probably will just end up being killed at some point. But the future kind of plan is just to, on the next circle, drive the vehicle to it and go on the edge. At that point, from then on, you can kind of go on foot, depending on what happens with the next circle. Sometimes if you get a hard shift from one side to the other, like let's see what sort of shift we got on this side circle. Right, so we haven't had a hard shift, so that's the new centre, so I haven't got very far to go. We've got this rocky place here that we could go through. And we know we haven't got that many people behind us. We've got probably maybe one or two people in El Pozo. That guy we flew over was in Monte Nuevo, will be coming that way. Quite a few people might have dropped at San Martin, but they'll be coming in this way. Power Grid, there's normally people there, so they'll be coming this way. So it's probably a fairly quiet way in. If we take a vehicle, what happens is when we kind of end up here, if we get a hard shift and the next circle is all the way here, we've got a chance of getting there. Now we can run it, but especially in maps like Miramar, there is massive areas of open land. This is all open. This is like open prairie. You know, you've got no. If you're on foot, you basically got no chance. So you're much better off in a vehicle. So what we're going to do, let's have a look. It is a mountainous area there, so if we just head south and use these little areas here, but we just have to be careful because there could still somebody be here. They've left a nice energy drink for us. Just because somewhere has been looted though, lots of people are terrible looters. 4x scope. Okay. I really want a grip. Is it a grip I need? No, not a grip. A magazine for my ump. I can extend it or something. What's that there? Is it a magazine for a handgun? We've been through all this, haven't we? Right. Okay, so Let's head south. Now you might be watching this thinking, gosh, isn't PUBG boring? But when you're actually playing, the atmosphere, because there's no like incidental music, all there is the environmental sounds of you running around or the wind. Now I am making a horrendous racket at the moment in this vehicle. So what we're going to do, we're just going to park that there and then move away. Now there was a gunshot in that direction. And all we're going to do is just find a nice place just to hunker down where we can just listen out. Now if you look at the mini-map, see I'm looking north now, that's where people are going to be coming from. So what you've got to do is just have a look round and see where the lines of sight are. I mean, look how long these lines of sight are. What's the town over there? So that's Monte Nuevo, all the way over there. Top right-hand corner, about 39 people left. And all we're doing now is we're just waiting for the blue to come in. Camping, some people might say. We can keep an eye out, see if anybody's running in. We're fully suppressed. A bit nervous about up there, though. So if anybody's coming in from the blue now... In fact, that place is still in up there. Now that's an aeroplane going overhead. They drop supply drops, which have level 3 headgear in, level 3 vests, some interesting supply crate only weapons like the AWM, fantastic sniper rifle, the AUG, the Grozer, some really cool weapons. Now, next circle has appeared. Now, oh, there's that supply drop coming down. Now, generally, people will run to those things because they, again, the chance of getting a level 3 helmet is always very good. So they're very risky. Now it's right on in the circle. Right, see, here comes somebody. Oh, they just hit the lamppost. Where's he going? Now he's taken some fire there. That's why he's run away. So that... Oh, here we go. There's a buggy coming over. It's like we've seen out of Mad Max, this. Make him think twice. This gun does very little damage with one bullet, but you can make people think twice. What's he doing? Oh, somebody else having a pop at him now. So there's somebody over there. Now, I'm going to use my vehicle. I'm just going to creep down because I'm worried that the next circle is going to really bugger me up. And I'm going to be caught out. So we're going to creep in with the blue. Hopefully not many people will hear us. Obviously it's very, very open, all this. And then we're going to make a bit of a mad dash. Now I don't always recommend this. But you see how open it. See how open the countryside is in front of me, where I've got to go. If I'm on foot, I'm going to get sniped by someone. Right, here comes the blue. Right, there's a vehicle over there. Hopefully nobody's going to see me. Don't look this way, people. Gotta keep moving there, so I don't want to get sniped. Okay, that's good. Right, let's get out. Next circle. It's there. Not very far. Now, what we're looking for now is cover. Where's the cover in front of me? And then where can I go for the next circle? Right, so I don't want to go into the open space. I want to get over to where these trees are. Vehicle on my left. 18 people left. And that's it. So we've got to the third circle now. Or the fourth circle are we in now? You see how these tactics have got there? We've got to the 18. We haven't even had to shoot at anybody. If you do the same thing, you'll do that. I'm gonna carry on talking, but I'll probably get killed fairly soon. Make sure nobody's coming in behind me. Nope. Let's see how this plays out. But good luck to everybody getting PUBG on the PlayStation 4. You're going to love it. Just spend some time with the game. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. If you like the video, hit like. If you have any questions. And I'm gonna die. Made the critical mistake of lying down there, didn't I? I should have kept moving, but I was thinking too much about talking. So somebody kicked up behind me and finished me off. But there we go, we got to 14th. And you can see if I'd had a bit more cover, everything would have been alright. But hopefully that gives you some good idea of how you can survive your first circles, get into the top 20, maybe even get to the top 10, and enjoy the adrenaline ride that is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Anyway, that's enough from me. If you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more things, press subscribe. Thank you very much, and I will see you again soon.